What is up, all my kaiju friends and fans? This is Phil, the Kaiju King, from my collection room here in Greater Cincinnati. If you could tell by my intro, I'll be going over this guy right here. It is the Toho Kong 1962 custom, 30 centimeter in scale, done by Mark Yang, of course. Kind of get a close-up there of his face. It's a very nicely done figure. It scales very well with any 30 centimeter X Plus Godzilla figure, and I'll have some close-up comparisons here in a bit. But I've had this going on probably 2 years now, I'd say. I've had him for a minute. One of the earlier sculpts I got from Mark, I think. But it's really nicely done. The fur, sculpt of his fur on his body is really good, I think. Pretty detailed. His chest pads, which are bare in the movie, totally bare. I think Mark did a very good job with those in particular. I like his pose, the way he is. His hand is cupped in case you want to put a doll figure in his hand, or a tree, as in the movie when he was shoving a tree down Godzilla's throat. But it's and this hand's up here ready to grab and to swat or what have you. So I do love the dynamic of the pose and everything. It works well. And I've used him in many a diorama on my pictures and stuff I posted, and with my X Plus figures. And it would be nice to see X Plus do this Kong and the 67 and the 76 and the 33 again, and all of them. They've done this 2017, which is awesome, absolutely awesome. I highly recommend that Kong if anybody doesn't have it. I think it's still readily available out there, but it's really awesome. And this here is from, of course, the movie King Kong vs. Godzilla in 1962, Showa era, one of the classics from the Showa era, one of the most profitable Godzilla movies also. Epic film. They took Kong, and I know he looks goofy, and a lot of people don't like this Kong, I think, but it's still such a grandeur in my mind, because of just they brought King Kong against Godzilla. Who would have thought we would ever see that? But it was just really awesome that they made it happen, and it's really cool that they did this. Went out and got this guy and got some rights to be able to do this. So it would be nice to see X Plus get some more rights, with all the mess that the rights for Kong is in, I believe. But would be nice to see X Plus get some more rights and make some of these other renditions of Kong through the years. I would definitely be interested in every single one, along with all my customs I have behind me there. You can see them back there. That whole shelf is by the doorway. That is all Kong on that shelf. And that is all customs except for the 67 and the Mecha Kong. Those, that Kong is a Roto Kaiju, and the Mecha Kong is a Billiken. But yeah, these all these Kongs I got done because I wanted them. I want every Kong in my collection. I think I've got every one of them right now. Of some sort or multiple of them as far as custom sculpts. Of course, this sculpt was done by Mark Yang. Did a masterful job on it. I think he really nailed the face of this sculpt pretty well. Very nicely. It's a very cool custom that goes well with X Plus figures. But this movie was awesome. It was epic. It was all-inspiring when you're a little kid and you watch it, because you're like, whoa, Kong was always what got me into the kaiju. the original movie. It's my favorite movie. And then when you see them take him and put him with Godzilla and have them fight, and then to me, their battles in the movie, especially the final battle, is one of the best kaiju battles in the Toho era, or especially the Showa era, in my opinion. The battle was very evenly matched, went back and forth both ways. It was just really, really good. But the goofiness of the movie is there, and the cheesiness is there, but all in all, I still love the film. It's very much a classic in Toho's library of Godzilla movies, and it's cherished piece of their history. And I can't wait for next year when we once again see these two giants collide in Godzilla versus Kong 2020 from the legendary MonsterVerse. That will be an epic ordeal, I'm sure. I will bring forth some figures now and for some size comparisons to this guy, and bear with me and we'll get right to that. I'm back with my Toho 62 Kong Custom with the X Plus 30 centimeter Baragon that has both a 65 and a 68 head. And I brought him forward because Baragon came about in the 1965 movie Frankenstein Conquers the World, so he was a kaiju around the same time frame as Kong. So I thought it would be nice to see them together and how they scale. Here's a forward shot, side by side. I think they look really good together. Here's a face-to-face. Kong got him by just a hair, as far as tall, about a half inch maybe, not by a lot. They look really good. I just thought I was picking figures to compare him with, and I thought Baragon would be a good one to size compare him with. Plus, Baragon was, like I said, around the same time frame as far as release. So, it's a different monster too. So, but that is the 30 centimeter X Plus Baragon, who came with the interchangeable 65, 68 heads with my custom Toho Kong. We will go on to size comparison number 2 now. Just hang on and I will get right to that. All right, everybody, here's my Toho Custom Kong 62 30 centimeter with my X Plus Deluxe Edition Kong Skull Island 2017. I don't have the base, but I do have the helicopter in his hand there. And as you can see, the X Plus Kong is a bit taller, probably by an inch. He's a pretty big figure, actually, the X Plus 2017 Kong. Pretty big guy. Sizes up to a lot of the Godzillas. And here's a face-to-face of these two. Yeah, Kong's got him by at least an inch, if not more, a little more. But they look sizable together. Shows the good size. I'm sure some collectors have Baragon and this Kong, so it should give some good scale to people who have these, what they look like. Had to bring up 2017 X Plus Kong because it's one of the very few X Plus Kongs there is, hoping for more. So, but this is the Toho Custom 62 and the X Plus 2017 Deluxe Edition. We'll go on to size comparison number 3 now. All right, everybody. Size comparison number 3 is the Custom Toho Kong 62 with the favorite sculptors line Godzilla 62, which was released last year. You can see, I think they look really well together. Godzilla's got that dirty look on his suit there, like they've been wrestling around on the ground. But here's a face-to-face. And he's definitely got him by at least an inch for sure, I would say. Very safe to say. Here's a straight ahead, I should say, and here's a face-to-face. got him by about an inch, maybe. Not quite an inch. He ain't quite as tall as the 2017 Kong. They look really well together, I believe, though. Really like this Favorite Sculptors line 62. Looks so good with this Toho Kong. Really hope X Plus, like I've said, will come with these maybe someday, hopefully. And we will do my final size comparison number 4 coming up. All right, everybody. Final size comparison is the X Plus original release 30 centimeter Godzilla 1962 with my custom Toho Kong 62. Here's a straight up facing the camera view of both of them. This looks really good, actually, in my opinion, because this Godzilla original 62 is taller than FSL, so Kong comes up to Godzilla was standing more upright because he's on Strober a little. I'd say they're just about right. Here's a face-to-face. I think the scaling's really good with this Kong with just about any Godzilla in your X Plus collection for sure. They look really, really good together. All right. In closing, I would just like to say this movie is great. It's a fun Godzilla movie. It's an epic Godzilla movie, in my opinion, just because of the two monsters that are in it. America's monster Kong and a Japanese monster, the king of the monsters, Godzilla, and an epic battle in the movie, which is very evenly matched, in my opinion. And love the movie, love the film, love the era. The Showa era is my favorite. And here's to maybe down the road, X Plus giving us this guy, giving us the 67, giving us the 33, giving us the 76. Would be nice to see that. But a very, very nice piece of my customized collection. I will bring the camera forward momentarily for a closer view of this guy. And I want to thank everyone for tuning in. And you all have a wonderful day. This is Phil, the Kaiju King, signing off from my collection room in Cincinnati. I will talk to you all later.